And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, back with this MLB 22 Custom League, and we are back into this season here. As you know, 2 days left in the postseason here at this point, but we have basically finished the regular season here. But before we get to kind of the last regular season game in the MLB level, we're taking a look at a AAA playoff game here between the Tides and the Red Sox. And the main reason that we're looking at this is, this is the start of the AAA playoffs. We'll highlight these playoffs as they go through it. Throughout, you see the Tides there with 89 wins. They have the most wins in a AAA across the entire league there. The Red Sox had 82. They finished one game above the team behind them. But the biggest reason we're taking a look at this is because of the pitching matchup that we got here. Two of the top three prospects in baseball here facing each other right now, Steven Richardson and Richie Wolf. And Richie Wolf was the #1 draft pick in the last year's draft. Steven Richardson, don't remember where he was selected exactly by Winnipeg. I think he was their first round pick, I believe. But he started the year with beat potential and was unbelievable in AA, and he was really good in AAA too, and he has some awesome increases there, +5 to a lot of those increases there, +8 to his pitching clutch. And in 59 innings pitched here in the AAA level, 11 games, 10 started. There, he's given up only 18 runs in 59.1 innings. Only has allowed 2 homers in his time up here so far. 58 strikeouts, a 2.73 ERA, and a 1.23 WHIP. So really, really awesome numbers by Richardson up here in the AAA level. And, only 18 years old, a guy that I don't want to rush to the major league, so he might not start next year at the majors, but he is really close to being at the major league level. And here's when he was at AA at a 73 overall, had 114 innings, 101 hits, only had allowed 19 earned runs, 3 homers, 18 walks, 94 strikeouts. A 1.5 ERA there, just ridiculous AAA numbers that he had, or AA numbers, that he had. And then you got Richie Wolf, who this guy's developed really nicely too. 36 pitching clutch, that's up by 4. Everything up by 4, +3 to home run per 9, and +3 to control as well. He is also another guy that I'm going to have to consider whether I want him to start next season or not. Pitched 12 games here at the AAA level, and he had 89 innings pitched. He was even better than Steven Richardson was in his time up here. Almost 100 innings, only allowed 15 runs, 4 homers, 15 walks to 67 hits total. So the WHIP under 1, the ERA at 1.51. Not as much of a strikeout pitcher as Steven Richardson is there, 71 for him, but 11 quality starts. So he had a quality start every single time he pitched up here, I think, except for maybe one start and a 2.7 WAR. So his AAA numbers are incredible. And also, let's see what his AA numbers were. This is at the kind of All-Star break area here. 112 innings. He had a 2.88 ERA and a 1.26 WHIP with 36 runs allowed. So, you put that whole season together, and those are really awesome numbers that both of those pitchers had. And Austin Martin also was incredible this year, +6 to both power and contact versus righties. Really good offensive increases. And, was up in the majors for a little bit this season for about a month. Called him back down here for the AAA playoff run because he was the best hitter on this AAA team throughout the season. 150 hits for him, 33 doubles, 19 homers, and just fantastic AA numbers there. Or AAA numbers all season. And his MLB numbers, 804 OPS, pretty solid. Major league numbers as well. And Jeter Downs is also another top prospect here with a potential that we're going to get a look at as well. This is the Montreal farm system, and he's a guy that's going to be on this team probably next year. He's going to be 25 next year already. But good increases to his contact ratings this year. Good increases to vision and discipline as well. And he had a really good AAA season. He had a 294 batting average, a 385 on base because he walked 63 times and had 103 total hits, 30 extra base hits as well. So the slugging was in a pretty decent spot there and over 800 OPS with a 2.3 WAR. So yeah, good numbers for Jeter Downs for sure down there in AAA this season. Some other guys that are kind of maybe notable players here. Bryson Stott is somebody that was in the Major League team. He played all last year on this team in the Major Leagues. Played 30 games this year, 110 at-bats. He was terrible. And he didn't really do very well down here either. He had a 681 OPS, so he struggled a little bit in the minor league system this season. Jeremiah Jackson is an intriguing player, B potential guy, a middle infielder there. Good contact ratings, good defense. I mean, 23 years old. He's a guy that I could see being on this team here very soon. 248 average this year, below 400 slugging, but a 712 OPS. He had a decent season overall. I don't think he's ready yet, but he's an intriguing player. Mason Wynn for Worcester, a guy that was in their AA system, had unbelievable increases to his contact ratings this year, some of the best I've ever seen. He's just taken off with those, and he's got good speed, decent defense. The defense might need a little bit of work, but a 300 average for him and 210 at-bats up here, 351 on base, and an 851 OPS. So these AAA numbers are fantastic in 52 games. He really just had an unbelievable season. Really skyrocketed his potential to be one of the most intriguing players down here in this team's farm system, honestly, and a guy who is very close now to being Major League ready. Victor Mesa Jr. is a guy that has beat potential, he's a guy that's I've kind of looked to improve. He hasn't really gotten a lot better in this series so far. Zach Geloff, he is hurt, so he's not going to be in this playoff run, but he had some really good increases as well. He was very good in AA. Okay, he was okay in AAA with a 699 OPS, but he will not be in this episode. He won't be in this playoff run for them. But those are just some guys to look for in this game. Worcester and Norfolk, both of these teams have pretty good farm systems here. They're, AAA teams of Major League teams that aren't great right now. They're in the rebuilding stages, and so we're going to have some great prospects to show you here in this bowl game. But, I mean, the marquee matchup is Richardson and Wolf. These are the two best pitching prospects in baseball right now. Steven Richardson had the best season out of anybody in AA. I mean, he was the best pitcher in AA for the first half of the season. He was really good in AAA as well. So he's an 18-year-old guy that, I knew he was a high beat potential guy going into the season, so I was looking for him, but I didn't showcase him when the season began. He was kind of a guy that was lower on my radar in terms of the prospects on this team, but he just had such incredible numbers and incredible increases that he shot up to the top of the prospect rankings, and that's what can happen when guys kind of come out of nowhere. He's not coming out of nowhere necessarily, but I don't expect he would be this good this fast. And so that's the lineup here for the Norfolk Tides, who have been a really good team down here in AAA or AA. Or sorry, we're in AAA. I keep confusing those. We will showcase some AA playoff games as well, but this is the AAA postseason here. And Cole Tucker batting against Richardson in the first inning here. 1-2 counts, and that's a swing in the dirt. Hamilton is the catcher. He throws it to first base, and he gets the out in time. Good play there. Good pitch by Richardson. He's got his first strikeout of the day. So here's Bryson Stott, and this is a guy that I think has really had some failed. He's kind of had to fail the potential. I don't know. He's a guy that I just don't know what his future looks like on this team right now, because he has just had he's not put together a good numbers at the Major League level, and now he's not putting up good numbers here. The AAA numbers, he's going to start next season at the AAA level, and I don't know, he might become a trade piece for this team, a player that has some potential to maybe revitalize his career somewhere else, but he's kind of skating on thin ice right now, and he needs to have a good season in the minors probably next year for me to want to bring him back up again. Mason Wynn is batting here against Wolf, and Wolf delivered on his potential this season, being the #1 draft pick. He's a guy with 92 potential going into this franchise right now, and he looks like he could be, again, this is a guy that I think the plan for me next year is to have him start up here at AAA, and he might only pitch like a month or two in AAA, and if he pitches really well up here at AAA, and then I'm going to have him play in the majors. And he's definitely going to get some Major League time next year for sure. Don't know when that's going to be exactly, you know, and if he plays really well, then it's going to be sooner rather than later, because I want to see him in the majors at least, get a little bit of a look there. Austin Martin is going to be a starter on this Winnipeg team next year for sure. He showed me enough at the major league level to do that, and now he's going to swing and drive this one into left field, and it's gone into the bullpen and left Austin Martin. How about that? Continuing his success down here at the AAA level with a home run. So had some really good AAA numbers, had some Major League time, now an experienced player down here, and launching a home run off of the number 2 overall prospect in baseball. I think maybe Wolf is number 3. But how about that swing for him there? That was impressive, and that's going to be a throw over to first base to end the inning. But Austin Martin coming through here, first at bat, now back down here at AAA, and he hasn't lost a step. He hits a home run here in his first at bat in this playoff run. So we go top 2, and here he is, Jeter Downs, his first at bat here in the postseason, and the guy that, you know, I don't think I really showcased a whole lot this year, but this is his first year really of popping off. He was okay in the minor leagues last season. This year, though, he really had an awesome year, even better than I kind of first thought. You know, looking back at his numbers, he was really a great on-base player for this team this season. And then there's Jeremiah Jackson. I don't know what his potential is. I think it's, you know, high B. It might be lower B potential. I'm not sure. But he's a player that I think could be, you know, he could have a spot as a kind of a, you know, maybe a backup infielder there. Might get some opportunities to start in the future for the Expos in the going forward in this franchise. And now we go to 0-2 count on Tyler Dearden here. It's on the inside corner for the third strike. And so there's another strikeout for Richardson. He's got 3 here through the first 2 innings. And we go bottom second. And Evan Skoog is up here to, well, we're 2 down in the inning now. So Wolf has recovered from that home run and has gotten the first 2 outs here. That's a ground ball stopped by the first baseman. He throws it to Wolf covering, and they get the out. Good play at first base right there. As we go top 3, Richardson the first 2 outs here cleanly in this inning. He gets a first pitch strike on Tyler Fitzgerald. First at bat for him in the playoffs. And now where does Richardson come at Fitzgerald with here? As that's a ground ball, and it's stopped by Astudillo. He's going to step on first base there. Good play. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Steven Richardson, who so far has faced the minimum in this game. We go bottom 3. Mason Wynn it back up. 0-for-1 so far in this game. 1-1 pitch coming to him here. It's a ground ball back up the middle. Stott has it stopped. The throw to first base is not going to be in time. And Mason Wynn, he's got some speed to him, and he beats it out there on a ground ball up the middle, and ends up getting safe there by just a step. So Victor Mesa Jr. up here now, and that is a slurve that is below the zone. 0-for-1 with a line out, and again a guy with, I think 85, 86 potential, somewhere in that range, but a player that wasn't really that great this season, wasn't that great last year either, and he really hasn't developed in his attributes a lot. He looks like a guy that I would like to, you know, be in the future alpha for this team, but he's got to start developing a little bit more for that to happen, and now he walks here. So some 2 out base traffic all of a sudden for Richie Wolf. We've got the first 2 outs of this inning really cleanly and easily, but now 2 on here, 2 out for Austin Martin. Dangerous hitter to face. Second at bat of the game. First one was a homer. That's a ground ball to Fitzgerald, though. He's got it stopped, and he's going to throw it to first to end the inning. So a couple of base runners there for the Red Sox here in this AAA affiliate there, but they do not score in that inning, so we go top 4. Pico Armstrong in real life just coming off of a really awesome season and a big-time major leaguer, but in this seriously in this franchise. He, I think, has like C potential or something like that. Not really a prospect at all. But he does get a base hit here. First hit of the game for the Norfolk Tides now. So now here's Cole Tucker, and he's going to take a fastball. That one misses inside, and a full count here. First time that I think Richardson has gotten to 3 balls on a hitter in this game. Count is full, and there it is, strike 3 on the outside corner. Really good location by Richardson. I think he's 4 strikeout total. That might be his second one looking of the game so far. And he is locating really, really well today in this game. Here's Jeter Downs. 0 for 1 with a ground out. And 2-1. That's a swing and a miss there inside. Fastball, 95. You know, Richardson's got not necessarily top-end speed. I think his fastest is like 96. Maybe he gets up to 97 every once in a while. But 94, 95 is probably where he'll sit. So he's not a super fast guy with the velocity, but he locates pitches well. He really limits home runs. You saw that in his numbers. Really does not give up a lot of homers. I think he's given up 7 total between AAA and AA this season or something like that. So really limits the hard contact and the fly balls. But now a little bit of trouble here. Back-to-back hits here with 2 outs. Throwing home, and it's going to not be in time. PCA beats it out. The tag not applied by the catcher, and how about a little 2-out rally here for the Tides? They go ahead 1-0. Or they tie the game, actually, and that was Jeter Downs who got that hit, I believe. So now we're tied up at 1. Good swing there. Tyler Dearden up now. Richardson's trying to get out of this frame, and that's a fastball that just misses, apparently. Really close pitch there. Tyler Dearden struck out in his first at-bat here in the second inning. So 2 on, 2 out. Yeah, that pitch was just up above the zone. Here's a 1-0 pitch now. There's a fly ball. Banks on the move with it, and he's got it in his tracks. He makes the catch there to end the 4th. Jeremiah Jackson was, okay, the guy that got the hit there, not Jeter Downs. Jeter Downs did get on base there with the hit in that inning, but a couple of hits there for the Tides, and they tie the game here at 1. So a close, well-pitched game so far. What we kind of expected in this matchup between these two pitchers, as that one is just above the zone for a strike, or for a ball, sorry. And now the count is even at 2-2 to Rick Marlin. Richie Wolf here leaning in. And that's a swing and a miss. Curveball down in the zone. Really good pitch by Wolf. And that's only his second strikeout of the day here. In his first, since I think the first inning of this game. And Richie Wolf does not have a lot of strikeout stuff. That's not really a strength for him at this point in his career. But he does get 1 there, and now a 2-0. And, you know, there's some attributes that are kind of underdeveloped for him, and the pitching clutch certainly one of those. That's his lowest attribute right now, and those weaknesses are really the only reason that I am not going to have him start in the majors next year, because I want him to develop those a little bit more, get those into the 40s at least. But he does allow a walk here, and I think walks are kind of part of his, you know, one of his weaker attributes as well. That's his 3rd of this game, I think, now. And there's a ground ball. Jeter Downs has it. Goes to first base. Good pick at first there to end the inning. So 2-out walk with nothing else happening there for Worcester. We go top 5 now in this one. We're moving pretty quickly here. This game has been going by pretty fast. Reno Rosado at the plate. Little tap around in front of the mound, and the throw is going to be in time. They just barely get the runner there. Good play by the catcher. So 2 down here in the 5th inning for Fitzgerald. Tyler Fitzgerald 0 for 1 in the game. Fly ball to Banks, and he has it. A line drive, but he's there. And that'll end the top of the 5th inning. So halfway home in this game tonight, and it's still tied up at 1. We go bottom 5. Mason Wynn, 1 for 2 on the day. And first pitch to him here. It's a line drive, and it's caught by Stott at second, or at shortstop there. Hit well, but just could not find the hole there up the middle. And 5 really good innings for Richie Wolf in this one. Both these pitchers matching each other really so far in this game. Only 67 pitches for Richardson here as we are going into the 6th inning. And Pico Armstrong at the plate here. That one misses down below the knees, and I think you're seeing in this start why, you know, really so high on Richardson and the things that have made him so good this season. I mean, his locations so far today have been awesome. He really hasn't missed anywhere over the middle so far in this start. But now he's going to give up a base hit here, and Armstrong, and oh wow, that actually was a kind of a close play there at first base, but Pico Armstrong does get a base hit. He's on here to begin the inning. First, I think the first leadoff base runner that we've seen in this game from either team, I want to say, so far. Here's Cole Tucker at the plate, struck out twice already. Well, he's got a 1-1 count on him now, and that is a strike there. I mean, a fastball that caught a good amount of the plate there, but Cole Tucker just looking at it, and now the count 1-2. Strikeout would be big here. Richardson hasn't had one in a while. As the 1-2, that's a fly ball, and that's over the glove of the shortstop into center field. So a hit now, back-to-back singles here have begun the 6th inning, and maybe you start warming the bullpen up a little bit here at this point. Probably didn't do that at the start of the inning, but now back-to-back hits. And Bryson Stott here, the heart of this Tide's batting order right now, and a guy that has Major League experience. He's going to come through here with a base hit up the middle. Mesa Jr.'s up with it, and there's not going to be a throw home. I don't know why he didn't throw it into the infield there, but that is a hit for Bryson Stott and an RBI. Norfolk takes the lead here in the 6th. Good swing by Bryson Stott back up the middle, and that does show you something. I mean, needing swings like that to show the MLB brass that you are still capable of being a Major League player. And now here's Jeter Downs. 1 for 2 today. There's another line drive, and that one's going to fall into left for a single. And around third comes another run. The throw is offline, and the run scores. Cole Tucker comes in at home, and Jeter Downs delivers. And, I mean, 4 hits in a row now for the Tide to begin the 6th inning. They're up 3-1. So here's Jeremiah Jackson. Already has an RBI single in this bowl game today. And, yeah, now Richardson here, he's got to start getting outs. Probably, you know, he only has a couple more batters left in this game at this point. And this is pitch number 80 to Jackson here. That's a swing and a miss for the strike. And yeah, I mean, I like to see Jeremiah Jackson. The first time that we've talked about him this season so far. And you know, these are big games for these players here that are trying to get to the major leagues. And Steven Richardson there get a throw it to third base and going to get the lead runner. So you know, playoff kind of format. I think this is a 5-game series that these two teams are playing here. And you know, this is the type of, you know, just bigger situation that these players, you know, they really want to shine in these playoffs and show the major league talent, or the major league guys what they have in more high pressure situations. As that's a fly ball into the outfield and no tag from second base. That was a big time second out right there by Richardson, and now he looks to get out of this inning here and finish off 6 frames. So Austin Wells at the plate, and that is a splitter on the corner for strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Richardson, and he gets his 5th strikeout, I believe, to end the 6th inning. Probably his last inning of the day, so 6 pretty solid innings there. Did run into trouble there in that 6th inning there. Gives up 3 runs in his start today, but now Richie Wolf has got a cushion in this game, and he's got Austin Martin up here to begin the inning, but he loses Martin immediately on 4 pitches. So a walk will bring up Williams Astudillo here. And, yeah, Richie Wolf, 3. I mean, this is an important inning here after your offense comes through and gets you some runs. How do you respond, and can you shut down the pitcher shutdown inning right here? Astudillo takes that curveball there at the bottom of the zone for a strike. There's a ground ball. That one just gets past Jeter Downs, and from first to third base goes Austin Martin. So some trouble here now for Richie Wolf in the bottom of the 6th inning as well. A walk and a single here. That's a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there, though. Nick Banks swings and misses. And you see where this pitch was. Really good location here. And you see the pitch sequence. A couple of fastballs that missed the zone. But then, I mean, these locations are fantastic. Nothing down the middle of the plate. And the pitches that he did throw as a strike were, right on the corner. And there's a pop-up in the infield. Throwing the bat down in frustration is the hitter. And that is going to be the end of the 6th inning. And wow, Richie Wolf escapes the inning scot-free somehow. Gives up a walk and a hit in that inning. First and third, 1 out. The Tides do not score. Worcester does not score. And it's still 3-1. We are in the top of this inning now. Drew Smith pitching. Now they bring on somebody else, Dominic Leone pitching. He's got Major League experience, but he walks Cole Tucker here. And there's a sac fly from Bryson Stott, and it makes it the game 4-1. So a 3-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And Richie Wolf trying to push through 7 innings here in this start. He's been awesome today. There's a line drive. That one is into the outfield. Tucker can't get it. That one's down in the gap and off the wall. And that might be our first extra base hit of the game besides the home run by Austin Martin today. And now a base runner in scoring position right off the bat here in the 7th inning for Worcester. Well, this is kind of the inning here to get a run or two back in this frame at this point here. Got to try and get back into the game right now. That's a swing and a drive. That one is down the line and fair. It's going to score the runner from second base, and trading places at second base is the hitter. Big time swing from him. I don't actually even know. I didn't see who it was there that got that hit, but big time swing there, and it's now a 4-2 game. So, unfortunately, Wolf there does not actually get an out here in the 7th inning. And he'll pitch 6 total frames. Responsible for the man at second base right now. And really good start here. Maybe should not have had to try and pitch him in the 7th inning, but I think the Norfolk getting another run in the top half convinced me that I was going to try to put him out there again. Maybe that was not the right move there, but now we're in the bottom of the 7th. Earl Robertson at the plate here, and a big spot here with a 4-2 game. Could tie it with a swing of the bat here, although I don't know what his power attributes are at. Well, that's a swing and a drive. That's a base hit here into center. Armstrong up with it, and the throw is offline, and the runner is going to be safe. So another hit here. Earl Robertson coming through for Worcester, and it's a 1-run game in the bottom of the 7th. Good swing and a drive there on a off-speed pitch that was, pretty well located, but a good swing by Robertson. Actually, maybe too much of the plate there by Tyler Webb. And so now Mason Wynn is up. Still nobody out here in this 7th inning, so pretty easily could try to tie the game up right now with a couple more hits. Mason Wynn 1 for 3 on the day so far. And now he's got 2 strikes against him here. And that's a swing and a miss. Knuckle curveball. And he gets Mason Wynn with a strikeout. Big time swing right there. And that's a huge out, number 1, finally in this 7th inning. So Mason Jr. up here is 0 for 2 so far today. 1-0 count, and trying to steal second base is the runner. And he's going to be there easily. Robertson here with a stolen bag. And off of a lefty, not even a really great jump that he had. But just a good pitch to steal on there. Off speed pitch, I'm pretty sure. And low in the zone. So it worked out with the pitch selection, and Victor Mesa Jr. now fouls it off. Count full to him here. And he's got the man in scoring position now. Full count pitch, and that one misses. It's a curveball that's down low, and a walk. So yeah, this 7th inning, a lot of base runners here, and now you bring up the most dangerous hitter in this lineup here in a first and second with 1-man out situation in Austin Martin now. So Martin's going to take a change up there in the dirt. The count is full to him as well here. And now Tyler Webb loses him also and walks another. So back-to-back walks here. Still only 1 out in this inning, and Williams Astudillo comes up with the bases loaded. So going to go back to the bullpen again, as Webb did not do his job very well there in that outing. Tyler Zuber is out now for Norfolk to try to clean up this mess. I mean, that's what this is right now. Bases loaded, only 1 man out. So Astudillo's going to fly that one. That's into center field. PCA on the move with it here. He's got the catch, but tagging from third base is Robertson, and he will come home and score. Sac fly for Williams Astudillo, and we are tied up at 4. 3 runs for Worcester here in the 7th. All of those runs, by the way, charged to Richie Wolf, and we're back to square one once again. But now Rick Marlin can break the game open here and put Norfolk out in front for the first time since the first inning. That's a fly ball to Dearden in left, though, and he's got it to end the inning. So Norfolk had the lead for a little bit. They lost it. Now they come back with 3 in the 7th inning to tie the game, and we are all knotted at 4 here in Game 1 of this playoff series between these two AAA teams. Excuse me, can't speak. There's a pop-up there to Robertson, who makes the catch to end the inning. So we go middle of the 8th inning now, and Kent Emanuel comes on out for the Tides. So now it's a bullpen game here. Both the starters out, and there is one pitcher for Norfolk that is a top prospect here in their bullpen. We'll see if we end up seeing him in this game. But Kent Emanuel is out there, and now we're really kind of focused on, obviously who wins this game, but also paying special attention to the prospects that we've showcased already, what they can do here in this spot. In a tie game with Nick Banks at the plate. There's a slider down in the zone at the knees. Beautiful location by Emanuel for a strikeout. So huge K there. Caleb Hamilton is up, and he had the double that, got the scoring started in that 8th inning. Was one of the 3 runs they scored. He's going to swing and miss now, though, at a pitch on the inside corner. And Kent Emanuel comes out for the 8th and just rolls right through that batting order there in that spot of the lineup and gets a 1-2-3 inning. So we go top 9, and Taylor Williams is coming off the mound. Up to the mound here off the bullpen. And he's got Tyler Fitzgerald, and that's a swing and a miss. Man, a good pitch there in the dirt. And he's pretty fired up with that first out of the inning. And here's P.K. Armstrong with a couple of hits in this game already. 2 for 3 on the day. And that's a ground ball to Mason Wynn, who's got it, and he throws to first. That is in time. Good play by Wynn there, and a quick 2 outs here in this 9th inning. Only 6 pitches for Williams to get those 2 outs here. And here's Cole Tucker. 1 for 3. Scoring a run as well. There's a ground ball to Austin Martin at third, and the throw to first is in time to end the top of the 9th. So we could see a walk-off here in this first game of this postseason series between these two, Robinson Wynn and Mesa Jr. Mason Wynn is up here as Emmanuel's still pitching in this 9th inning after a super strong 8th frame. And there's a ground ball. That's touched by Fitzgerald. Nice play there with the backhand. And ball that was hit really hard by Mason Wynn, but it does not find the outfield. So 2 down in the 9th. And here now is Victor Mesa Jr. Has gotten on base a couple of times today. Walked twice so far. And the first pitch to him. There's a ground ball. And First baseman's got it on an easy play at first. So another 1-2-3 inning. Kent Emanuel really doing a good job there out of the bullpen. And we are going to extras here. We're in extra innings now in the first game of this series here. That's a fly ball, and it's going to get down in the outfield. And going up to second base here is Jeter Downs, and getting there, standing up, is Jeter Downs. Well, okay, I did not think that was a double off the bat there, but he had a lot of speed. He's got good speed, and, I mean, he just did not hesitate going around first and got there easily. So, man, a big-time prospect there, Mason Wynn, with a double, and he's now in scoring position for Jeremiah Jackson, who looks at his slider that was high in the zone. A pretty hittable pitch there to him, and that at bat there. Got to swing at that one. And now Williams here, 0-2 count, and that slider just misses below the zone. Love this split screen cameras here, and this look showing that both the pitcher and the batter here. 1-2 count to Jeremiah Jackson now, and it's there on the corner! Slider for strike 3. A lot of strikeouts looking in this game. In fact, I feel like that's the majority of the strikeouts we've seen today, but that was just such a perfectly well-located slider right there. I don't really even know what Jeremiah Jackson could have done with that pitch, even if he did swing at it. And now Tyler Dearden is up, and there's a ground ball to Robertson, and the throw to first is in time. So there we go. The pitcher works around the double there with one down in that frame, and we go bottom 10. 3, 4, and 5 hitters here for the Red Sox. And to start it, it is Mason Wynn. And that home run, that solo shot back in the first inning. And he's now going to fly that one into the outfield here. Tucker on the move, but it's going to go over his head and bounce off the wall. As up to second base goes Austin Martin, and he's in his scoring position immediately. So he's got a double now, 2 extra base hits for Austin Martin, and now he's putting himself into prime scoring range and prime scoring opportunity. And here is Vincent O out of the bullpen for Norfolk. And Vincent O is a top prospect. He's got a potential. Was drafted last year for the Expos, and a guy that is really an intriguing player here. Really good attributes there. Everything except for the walk per 9, that is really low, but really awesome. K per 9, good hit per 9 at 70 there, 69 pitching clutch, and 55 hit per 9. So the hit per 9 and the walk per 9, those are the attributes we're looking to improve for him before he can be in the majors, but he's got an intriguing future. And he gets a strikeout there, a changeup at the bottom of the zone for a big-time K. And there's one down. So Williams Nostalgia just taking it and another strikeout looking in this game here for these two teams. As a 3-1 count here to Rick Marlin. And that's a ball in the dirt. It gets away from Austin Wells. The throw to third base is not going to be in time. And that's a wild pitch. And now 90 feet away is Austin Martin. So that was also ball 4. So man on first here, Nick Banks is at the plate. And Nick Banks, a big-time opportunity here. That fastball just misses on the outside part of the plate. So 1-0 count here to Nick Banks. And the 2-1. That changeup just misses. So he's in the prime position here, ahead in the count to Vincent O here. 3-1 pitch. It is a ground ball over to second base. Downs is going to go to first, and they're not going to. He doesn't turn the double play. Austin Martin scores, and the game is over. Wow, what an interesting finish. Mason Wynn, I don't know. I think he just not Mason Wynn, but Jeter Downs forgot how many outs there were, maybe, because that was a good ball to turn a double play on there, a double play ball to him, and he doesn't go to second. Instead, he goes to first base, and the game is over there. The Red Sox win on a fielder's choice. So, yeah, that's a frustrating way for this game to end for me because, yeah, that was mostly my fault. I did not press on second base there when Jeter Downs got that ball because that was definitely a double play ball. And Jeter Downs had a big hit in this game. He had a double there and an RBI, but he had a brain fart moment there in the field, and that's not going to be, it's not going to get you really called up quicker if you do that. But yeah, that's my fault there as we get to see it again. I mean, 3 runs for Worcester in the 7th inning, but yeah, that was definitely my fault. I forgot how many outs there were in that inning. I thought there was 2 outs in the inning and not just 1. So that was, obviously double play ball there. The game should have continued to go in this one. So Norfolk kind of got cheated out of a win, or maybe not a win necessarily, but cheated out of some extra innings and some more opportunities in this one because I just forgot how many else there were there. That doesn't happen often when I'm playing this game, but sometimes, you play game 4 and I was, an hour and a half, and you just lose track of you're not paying that much attention. But either way, Norfolk and Worcester there. But a great game. Unfortunately, it had to kind of end that way there. But yeah, top of the 6th inning. I mean, 3 runs there for Norfolk in the 6th, and then 1 more in the 7th, and then Worcester getting 3 in the bottom half to tie the game. And they win it there. And Richie Wolf there, Jeter Downs had a double and an RBI. Jeremy Jackson had an RBI. And Wolf there, had 6 innings pitched in this one. 5 hits, 3 earned, 3 walks, only 2 strikeouts. But still a good start for him trying to go into the 7th inning. But I will take that start from him. In this one, Mason Wynn had a 1 for 5 day. But Austin Martin had an awesome day, player of the game, scored the winning run, had a home run and a double in this game, and walked twice too, so he got on base 4 times in this game today. And then also he had an RBI. Hamilton and Robinson had the other RBIs also there at the bottom. And, yeah, the RBIs spread around, 5 of those players. Steven Richardson, that 6th inning was definitely rough. He gave up like 3 or 4 hits in that frame, and he finishes with 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, and 3 runs. 0 walks for him, 5 strikeouts total. So both of those pitchers, 6 innings and 3 runs in that start, and it was a good one. They both pitched really well up until, for Richardson it was the top of the 6th, and for Wolf it was the bottom of the 7th. So that is the end of that game, and the Red Sox take that first game in that 5-game series there. So they are playing at home. I don't really know why they're playing at home because they have a worse record, but either way, they take that first game from them, and they put themselves in a good position with that win there. And so now we move back to the Major League level, and we got the American League Central race here coming down to the final day. The Raptors with a 9-1 record over the last 10 games with a 7-game winning streak, and including 2 here against the Dragons, and they have all of a sudden put themselves into a situation where they could actually win this division somehow here for the 2nd year in a row, and the Dragons could be on the outside looking in, and it's a big game for the loser of this game I think they will have to play Boston in the wild card, and I believe that they would have to play Boston on the road. I don't actually know the situations there because they would have the same record, so I would assume it would go down to tiebreaker between those teams. So I don't know who would be playing at home in that situation. But, yeah, this is the game for the division, and let's look at it. Seattle's last month here in November. They've lost 3 games in the 4 games in the month of... No, 3 games in the month... Sorry, 4 games in the month of September. They had an 8-game winning streak earlier in the month, and they have won 7 in a row here going into this game. So they have just had a couple of unreal hot streaks and just an unbelievable month. Only 4 losses in a month is crazy. So, yeah, this last month of the season for them has been unreal, and they've been just pushing and continuing to get right next to the Dragons here, and they have now put them in a kind of a must-win game. I mean, this team's loser of this game is still going to be in the postseason, but obviously there's a big difference between playing in the wild card game and playing in the divisional series. So New York will be the opponent of the winner of this game. They're going to be that number 2 seed, so they would be on the road. Winner this game will be on the road against them as Michael Brantley comes up. But he's got 28 home runs this year. That is a career high for him. 93 RBIs. He's been just unbelievable as this team's leadoff hitter this year, and he's now going to fly that one into left field, and he gets it off of the wall for an extra base hit. And he's up into second base with the double and increasing that average 17th double of the year. I mean, he has just been such a good leadoff hitter for this team, such an awesome hitter for them overall. He's just been fantastic. And now he's at second base, so in his scoring position right away. As you get to see one more look at that swing there, and now it's Wes Adams, who has been so good since we called them up, man. 308 batting average. I mean, the biggest story of this first year in the regular season for me, at least. I mean, 829 OPS, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. Just an unbelievable story that he was drafted in the 5th round and made his debut this season. Just such a good AAA year, record-breaking AAA numbers that I saw from him. And he has not really been slacking in the major league level at all. He's just continued to just be an awesome hitter here. And there is a look at this Dragons lineup, which has been so good this season. 86 stolen bases for them. That's only 12th in the AL. But yeah, Adams there, Seagull, Tuve, Gallo, Santander. This is a really good lineup from top to bottom. And, you know, I think got even better with the addition of Wes Adams onto this batting order now. As there's a fly ball in the left, and it's caught there for out number 2. And Marcus Stroman here pitching for Seattle, and he's got first 2 outs really easy. Wes Adams, by the way, winning the September Rookie of the Month this month here. And Jose Altuve, you see his numbers there in his splits. He has not been very good against lefties this year. For whatever reason, he's really struggled against them. And that has kind of hurt his overall numbers. He's still having a good season overall, but yeah, his numbers against lefties has definitely, you know, been one of the a low point for him. He just has not hit very well against them. But Madison Bumgarner on the mound, and he's been a huge reason as to why, you know, really emerged as a title contender this season. A 3.05 ERA for him in 206 innings, a 1.11 whip. This is like, you know, reverting back to when he was in his prime Mad Bum numbers right now that he's putting together. This has been just an awesome season. And, you know, remember last year, this was about a 500 team. I mean, they finished 2 games above 500 last year. They weren't really in the playoff conversation at all. But they got Madison Bumgarner in a trade. And, you know, internally their pitching staff got a lot better overall, you know, with the addition of Madison Bumgarner, of course. But their bullpen got a lot better from last season to this year. And their offense has been better too, you know. I mean, just a lot of guys really producing for them in their offense. And, you know, for Seattle, their 226 home runs in this season is 2nd in the American League. And, you know, Bumgarner, Bogarts, Diaz, Soto, Jared Walsh, Teoscar Hernandez, Nick Solak, Lane Thomas, Fort Proctor, and Andrew Simmons are batting here. They're kind of guys that are kind of taking over here. They don't have older starters starting in this game, but Seattle has had a really good season, and their offense is really good. I mean, top to bottom, it's very strong. Yandy Diaz, 296 batting average this season. He's been a guy that has really kind of come out of nowhere. You know, in real life, I know he's a very good contact hitter, but last season he wasn't really a big part of the offense for Seattle. This year, he is their average guy and their average leader, and he gets thrown out at second base. Wow, trying to stretch a single there into a double, and he doesn't do it successfully. So thrown out there, and now it's Juan Soto, and he's, of course, been really good for Seattle this year, but not as good as last season, as that's a pop out into foul territory, and it is caught by Garrett Cooper at first base. So, end of the first inning, and both teams have a hit in this one so far, but no runs. And we go top of the second. Joey Gallo at the plate, 233 average, 41 homers, and 118 RBIs. But yeah, so I paused here, made sure that I was recording. I stopped recording. I don't know exactly what I went. I think I went to do something. In the meantime, like I stopped recording and then Went back into the game, thought I started recording again, but I didn't actually until I didn't realize that I hadn't started recording again until the top of the 7th inning. Or the bottom of the 7th inning, actually. So, that is unfortunate. You guys, I kind of ended up missing a lot of this game. Unfortunately, because of that. So, that is on me. That is my bad. A couple of mistakes on my end in this episode here between the AAA game and now this. So, I just forgot to record the middle part of this game. So, didn't see any of the scoring that happened. Los Angeles has 4 runs. They had a 3-run inning in this game to take the lead. And JT Sorgwa pitching for Los Angeles right now, and he is just mowing through these hitters. He's been awesome. And Travis d'Arnaud is coming off of the bench now for the Raptors. They need him in his offense right now. A 232 average this season. And a 1-2 pitch. That's a fly ball, but it's to left field, and it's caught by Brantley. And that's a 0 put up by JT Sorgwa in the bottom of the 7th inning. And LA 4-1 lead. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Dunod is coming on as the catcher the rest of the way here. And now it's Colomé coming out of the bullpen. So Madison Bumgarner had another really awesome start in this one, it appears, and he is on the line for another win on this season. And now Colomé has been good this year for Seattle. This is, he's a part of a pretty strong bullpen, I would say, overall for the Raptors. I don't really know where it's compared to last season's bullpen for them, but it's one of the better bullpens, I think, in the American League. Very strong. That's a ground ball stopped by Cooper, and that was a 1-2-3 inning for Alex Colomé there in the top of the game. So 4-1 score, and now the Dragons only have 6 more outs to get for their first division title in this series and in their franchise's history. Tyler Matzek coming out now, and he's pitched 39.1 innings this year, 2.97 ERA, 37 strikeouts. Really awesome numbers for him. And this bullpen for Los Angeles is awesome. It's one of the better ones in the American League. It's very, very good. And especially since they got, they added Mike Fulton-Nevich to this bullpen as well, and he's been an awesome addition for them. And O'Shelley here pitching, and batting, and he's going to fly it over to Santander, who runs the ball down there in the outfield and makes the catch to get the first out. Good play by Anthony Santander. And now there's one down. Xander Bogaerts is up. Bogaerts 3 for 10 on the day. 1 for 3 for 10 in this series. 1 for 3 on this game here. And that's a ground ball to Seager. Gobbled up by him and thrown over to first base for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down so far for Matzek in the 8th. And this is exactly how you wanted this 8th inning to go for him. So now Yandy Diaz at the plate, and there's a ground ball, and it's going to get past Garrett Cooper at first base, or at third base, for a single. So there is a hit here to begin the bottom of with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, and there's the go-ahead run on now for the heart of this batting order, and the best hitter on the team in Juan Soto, who takes a slider for the strike. Soto this year, 248 batting average and 810 OPS. 32 homers and 88 RBIs. Still a fantastic hitter, even if it's not, MVP level, which is what he was at last year. As a 2-2 to him here. That's a swing and a miss in the dirt. Corey Lee has it, throws it to first base. It's in time to end the 8th. And the Los Angeles Dragons are now 3 outs away from securing the American League West. Can they add to their 3-run lead here? Hector Neris comes out of the bullpen, and he's been good this year for the Raptors. 36.2 innings and a 3.19 ERA this year. 32 strikeouts to 22 walks. And here is Corey Lee. He's got an 0-2 count on him here. And there it is, a slider on the corner for the strike. And the strike out as Corey Lee down on K's. A slider outside and high, maybe not where Neris necessarily wanted it, but I mean, you can't take that pitch for 2 strikes there if you're Corey Lee. Now 2 on, 2 out for Jose Altuve. 1 for 4 on the day so far. And the count to him, 3 balls and a strike. And there's a swing. That's a ground ball. Picked up at first by Walsh. And the step on the bag to end the inning. And he will lead off the bottom of the 9th. 4, 5, and 6 with the Raptors trying to, manage anything here and save their season as Jose Alvarez comes out of the bullpen. And he's been their closer for a little while in this season. 22 out of 26 in save opportunities. Over 40 innings this year in a 2.38 ERA. He has been just ridiculously good this season for the Dragons, and he's been good as this team's closer for sure. He didn't start with that role this season. Was new to that role I would say about a month or 2 into the year, and maybe at the All-Star break, but he's been good since. That's a fly ball, and Walsh is going to get this one to land in the outfield, and it's going to roll a long way. Michael Brantley can't get to it very quickly because of the shift that he was on, and that's a leadoff double for Jared Walsh. 24th of the year, and Jared Walsh is having an awesome season. He's been such a good hitter in this franchise. As we are bottom of the 9th inning now, Teoscar Hernandez is up 0 for 3 on the game. That's a ground ball, and Altuve has got it, and the throw to first is in time. They get him, and that is a huge out number 1 for Jose Alvarez, and it's an unproductive out for Seattle. The runners not move up, and they need base runners here at this point in the game, down by 3. So here's Nick Solak, 0 for 3 on the day, and 809 OPS for him this season. He's had a really good year at the plate, and 1 and 2 to him is a little tiny chopper in front of the plate there, and Corley's got it, throws it to first, no advance on that either from Jared Walsh. And now there's 2 down. So Seattle down to the last out here of their season, and it's up to Lane Thomas to keep the game going. 0-1 count here to Thomas. Alvarez trying to get save number 23, and you see there, you know that Boston wins that game, but you see there, Seattle, neither one of these teams know it. Seattle, or the Montreal Expos, a couple of outs away from winning that game there in Boston. That's a fly ball. Santander underneath it, and he makes the catch. That's the ball game, and that seals the first American League West Division crown for the Los Angeles Dragons. They reach 90 wins on the year, and they secure the division and the Raptors' 7-game winning streak here on the last day of the season. They will play the New York Honey Badgers in the ALDS in the postseason here coming up shortly. And looks like we have the Seattle Raptors only 1 game away from repeating as division champs. They will fall short of that mark, and they will play Boston in the American League wild card. I don't know whether that'll be a home or road game for them yet, but that is who it looks like they will be playing in this year's playoffs. So, yeah, sorry again that I did not get this full game for you guys and that I did not record the end of it there, but the Dragons win this one pretty handily there. They took the lead, 3 runs in the 6th inning, and they end up with the victory in this one, 4-1. So big win for Seattle, and you know that this offense for the Raptors is just really good. It is just as potent as it was last year for them, and you know, it really had it on. They had a lot of great numbers this month. This is a great month for this offense overall here. 2 Bogarts, 278, Diaz, 297. Really surprised that he had such a good season. Walsh had a couple of hits and the only RBI of the game for the Seattle Raptors there. But, you know, a good season as well for Nick Solak, and Marcus Stroman finishes this game with 5.2 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, only 3 earned, and 3 strikeouts. Finishes the year really good with a below, sub ERA, 2.9 ERA total. Don't know why they brought Brandon Honeywood Jr. in there, but that did not work, obviously. Tim Meza, pretty good season for him. Sean Curtis, 3.27 ERA for him this year. Colme, 3.43, and Hector Neris finishes the year with a 3.11 ERA. So the bullpen didn't give up any runs for Seattle. Looks like Stroman kind of struggled there in the 6th inning, and then Honeywood Jr. could not close, really, didn't really help the situation that happened in that frame. He gave up some hits and some runs. Didn't give up any runs, but gave up some hits and a walk as well. For Los Angeles, the key to I think their turnaround, Michael Brantley has been so good this year. Wes Adams has been great. Only has helped them out for a month, but excited to see what he can do in the playoffs for them. Corey Seager's been great this year. Altuve's been awesome. Joey Gallo, first full season with him on this team, I think has been a success. He's, over 40 home runs this year. He's been just awesome as a hitter. Garrett Cooper, an RBI in this game, finished 280 on the season. Michael Busch at 273 average, 47 RBIs. Jose Altuve had a home run in this one as well. I think that was a home run in the 3rd inning. And he finishes with 23 on the year and 80 RBIs total. Madison Bumgarner, 5 innings for him. Really awesome start. I don't really know why he only pitched 5 frames, but he pitched awesome in this game. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run allowed, 6 strikeouts, 15 wins for him this year. And that was just an awesome season for him. Mike Foltynewicz, a scoreless inning, and then Chargois, Matzik, and Alvarez, all those guys, really fantastic ERAs and really good seasons for all of them. As that wraps up the regular season here in year 2 for us, as the Dragons win the division there, and they get 90 wins on the season. So, big time win for them. The Raptors still a fantastic last month of the year, and it looks like they're going to actually be the home team there against the Barons. It must be head-to-head matchups. I don't really know how that works, but the Barons have lost 3 games in a row going into the playoffs, so yeah, that might be a team that's not as hot going in to the postseason, but they are still a dangerous team for sure. And the American League East went to the Honey Badgers this year, 94 wins this season, and then the Barons 89 and 73 this year. The Millers had an 82 record on the last 10 games of the season. They finished with 88 wins. They just had an awesome last month of the year. And the National League West once again goes to the Salt Lake City Bees. Starks just a game out of that race there. The Monarchs, 97 wins, the best record in baseball this season. And they're going to be the number 1 overall seed in the National League. And they're going to have home field advantage throughout the entirety of the playoffs. The Millers with 88 wins this year. The Cardinals finish with 85, and they win their first division title of this franchise. The Stars, 84 and 78. They end up getting the other wildcard spot. And the Rhinos, 83 and 79, just outside of the playoff mix there. They just missed out this season. And so that's going to end this episode here for me, everybody. That's a look at the standings. And before we begin the Major League playoffs, we have some minor league playoff games to go through for you. So we'll highlight this pitching matchup here between Joe Vogelsang and Aaron Ramirez, 2 top pitching prospects there for Hartford and Portland. And then we have one more pitching matchup that we'll show you. A really good pitching matchup in the Double-A playoffs there as well. Then we are going to take a look at the stats for the regular season, and then we are going to get into the playoffs after that. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Year 2 of the regular season is over here, and I think it was overall less episodes than the regular season was last year, but I still want year 3 to go even a little bit more quickly than the year 2 went. We'll talk more about that later on in next episode at the end of that one. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking with this season here. I know it's not baseball season anymore, but hopefully you guys still are watching these videos. And if you are, and if you like them, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet already. And I will see you all in the next video. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.